basic Shadowhunter stuff.
Yeah, we're just the basics.
Just the basics. That's great that our show has fostered an environment where you need subsections for the sites. You've created like a niche product.
So is it basic?
Yes, they put Shadowhunters up and they forgot what wrong with your first
I don't see basic.
I think it's complex.
Basically
I
awesome.
don't know.
I don't think that's a good. They can't say it's complex Shadowhunters. I think it's
In-depth Shadowhunter-analysis.com, PDFs only, multi-page reports.
What's going on over there?
Can we guys get you to like kind of...
what's that? Yeah, when he
When he puts it through.
big old legs.
Oh, perfect. Did you guys coordinate your outfits?
Oh yes, we did. We called and make sure it's the same tone.
I got a call this morning and I go, hello. He goes, short sleeves. Click.
Okay, so Luke and Magnus were not in this week's episode, which is unfortunate. So what can you guys tease for next week?
We're not in that one either, or the one after. This is a done deal.
They got 5.
We're not going to be in season 3.
He portaled us to a remote island and we're on vacation.
Wait, tell her about the fact that you guys do get like a lot, like the whole thing.
There's a lot.
There's like I love the relationship that happens between the two.
Is that this next episode?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. We, Luke and Magnus go on a mission together.
That's right. No. That's right. I forgot. Now I'm remembering everything.
They go on a mission together, and they start seeing two different, like another side of them that they knew about each other, but now it's kind of surfacing because of the drama that's happening with the Sealy Queen and Valentine.
Yes.
And I think their priorities are kind of conflicting.
Yeah. But there's a deep like there's a loyalty to each other, but it's like we got to see eye to eye.
Well, they also have different methods of dealing with their issues.
That's true.
It's a good team
Yeah.
because of that.
Which I think it's good because they bring a different perspective to each other, and I think they really respect it.
Yeah, I do too.
Luke and Magnus, which when you talk to sometimes with other characters, they're just like, nah, this is the way I'm doing it. And I think with that, I think it's the, what do you call it, experience that they've had.
Oh yeah.
They get each other, right? Alec wants in.
Well, if you ever need advice, I can always talk to you.
Well, yeah.
I can tell you how to talk to things get rough.
Thank you. We'll just call you up.
When the waters get
I
rough.
just don't get it. You didn't like my pasta last night. I tried so hard.
When the windows get tinted, I can help.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Max die or even get injured, how would our respond to that, particularly if that employees are trying?
That's a tough question.
So, there's a few things at play. What's your immediate reaction? So, given a scenario where Max is killed, the primary response from Malec would most likely be to hunt down the person who did it. He would not grieve until he has sought out the person who has harmed Max. Now, it would be very weak of him if he did let the emotional toll of that collapse him as a leader. And I think that his first response should be to hunt down, harm the person who would do such a thing. But it'll be interesting to see if that does happen, what his response would be. I don't know. We'll have to see if that comes up.
Malec here.
Sorry. Tri-racial.
There's a lot. There's a lot of fan kind of feedback, response, and a lot of them pouring their heart out how it is so important to them to see such a representation on television and told kind of in a way with like brought to the forefront. And for us, it's been you said in the interview, it's an honor to really be part of that.
Yeah.
Be able to tell that story. So for us, it's just hopefully continue keep doing it right.
And there's always the struggle of like, do you want to just completely, like, do you completely normalize it in the world? Do you make it so that there is no conflict about it whatsoever? The conflict of the relationship stems like as much from the difference of their worlds, because their cultural backgrounds in this case, or their social places, as much as it is the fact that there's a lot of elements
just
at play.
one.
Yeah.
And also, I think what's nice is outside of people in the community, people outside of that community, just I like this relationship.
Yeah, that's
and I think
the thing. Yeah.
that is
We hear
that
a
is
lot,
to me that is
which
a
I
big
really
step
like.
forward because it is. I think it's a big step forward for like representation, but also for people just like, oh yeah, I like that, and to not be part of that, I think. That is a huge step as well that we never talk about.
Someone told me recently that they were scared of coming out, but then their mother loved the Malec relationship the most on the show, and that made them feel comfortable doing it. And that
Okay.
by the way, so I really like that because I don't know why that strikes a chord with me. There's something about that to make it so that it changes people's minds.
Yeah.
Just as much as Michael Jordan.
I actually have a question right there. How do you think? Sorry, Mal.
No.
How do you
That'll be our last
a Shadowhunter, a former Shadowhunter, has affected Luke's relationship and integration?
Girl, let me tell you. You have all that knowledge of what a Shadowhunter goes through, what it can do, what he she can be, and that's all stripped away from you. And now you're one of the things that you've been told is beneath you, and that you're no longer this thing that you was revered, and that you're now like this sub person, all right, or sub being, all right. So now you have knowledge of both. So now you're just trying to bring them both together. You're just trying to say, look, this isn't that bad, and this isn't that good. You know,
And you know what Shadowhunters really think.
exactly, and that's why there's so much like contention between the Clave and what Luke's going
Never
through.
thought of that. That's
This
really,
is really interesting.
I think
We have
that
to
is
play
something
that
worth
way more.
explore.
Yeah,
That's
we gotta play that.
It's deep. Like Luke has such a deep. There's so much going on there.
We need to explore that.
Because does he hate himself now? There's probably some of that in the beginning.
Some lingering question about
the
it.
frustration on to a level of like and you can't convey this to them because they're not going to understand.
Yeah, you can't talk to this for a while. You can't talk to anybody. Yeah, except for him. Now you, maybe the Sealy Queen at one point in time.
I don't think Alec gives Luke any problems. I think Alec just views Luke as a person who might have knowledge about it. I don't think Alec seems to. Alec isn't not very judgmental. He doesn't seem to go into situations like.
I feel the respect because I feel like Alex says like, you know what, I know who you used to be, so I will respect your knowledge. I'm not sure I respect the other things you do, but at least you know what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Something like
He
that.
won't disrespect.
Like I wouldn't disrespect you, nor would I disrespect him. Like, you know, it's a tricky spot being Luke. Very tricky.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
All right.
Question.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
Great question. You got it.
All right, where are we going?